purposes. Oh, well, it's going to be missing some. So, yeah, the last night was the Grammys, and the biggest thing with the Grammys with me and why I wanted to bring it up today was it was like tribute night.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figure we
lost a lot of musicians, great musicians this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I wanted to rank the tributes. But Jonathan didn't see him.
I didn't. But I mean, it's like, how do tell you what you do? You want to talk about what the tributes are? Well, then you just start going down through. And honestly, my perspective is this: we'll tell the Grammys if they're right.
Yeah.
Right. This is not. Oh, well, they present. No. We tell the Grammys what's right. Although I don't think that they like it that way.
They don't like to hear it that way. But
no, they don't. They want to be the center of the show.
So last night, some of the tributes that were played were, of course, the Eagles came on. Hi, Ed. The Eagles came on, and with what was his name? Jackson Brown instead of Glenn Frey. I want to say, as much of an Eagles fan as I was, it was the worst tribute of the entire Grammys. The worst. And most of the freaking band members who were in the band were on stage, and it was the worst. Hey, let's tribute somebody.
Wow. You know, I heard the tribute to David Bowie was really good. Didn't Lady Gaga do that?
Yes.
I heard that was amazing.
That one there was pretty good. I do want to say, though, I think the best tribute was the guy who did the tribute for B.B. King.
Oh.
I can't think of his name. Huh?
I missed out. I didn't watch. I only saw a little here and there.
So if you watched last night, all right, and you've seen him, all right, what do you think? I mean, he did this. He just did this phenomenal tribute. The Thrill Is On. Oh my God, was that good? The best. The second best had to be, because we're going to go with what I go with what I thought was true to the musician and true to the genre and true to tribute. And that was the Hollywood Vampires doing the tribute to Lemmy. That was phenomenal. So, and then the performances there. The best acceptance speech has to go to what's her name? The little oh God, my mind's going blank today, and I don't have them on my notes. Yeah, I think I would have wrote notes down. I didn't, but anyway.
Oh. You know what? I know.
She opened up the Grammys. I can't think of her name anyway. Young girl.
The Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, yeah. Her acceptance speech was just because it's like she was in shock that she won.
Oh.
Well, I remember her when she was doing that nervous guitar version for Tim. I mean, this was going on years ago now. This was before she was anything. And she was like, you could actually hear it in her voice. She was shaking, trying to sing this country song to Tim McGraw. And, you know, and to see then to where she's gone now. I mean, now she's I'd say she's pretty polished. I'd say she's got a pretty good stage presence. Like you look at her. I mean, not everybody likes her. I'll be honest. Not everybody likes her.
Not everybody's gonna like. Yeah.
Not everybody likes me. I mean, everybody likes Tim, but I mean that's a totally different story. But
everybody likes Wendy. That's why they're on the show. It's not me.
Right.
No. Ooh, I gotta watch her put my foot there. So I mean, yeah, and then I mean, because then in third would be the Lady Gaga tribute to David Bowie. That was just phenomenal because I mean, she touched so much of his music in one small performance, and brought life to all of the great music that he did. It was just phenomenal to be there for that. So I mean, that's my thing. Alabama Shakes, they performed. I thought they were pretty good. I'd never heard them before. No. And there was another group that performed. I just thought they were phenomenal. It was two girls, and I can't remember what the name of the band was even. But I did say it. I did say that Uptown Funk was going to win something. That's right.
Well, it's a great song. It's fun.
It is. It's a fun song.
Yeah, it's very catchy. You can't help but get into it and hear it.
Yeah, it is. Glenn Morshower's using that for his intro for speaking now, where he mouths the words to it, which is cool. But you've seen it now in versions of, let me see, I've seen it in a version where the 60-year-old woman dances to it or 80-year-old woman dances to it, where they align like 100 old movies to it. I've seen that version. I thought it was hilarious and awesome. So anyway. So that's enough about the Grammys. See, we covered the Grammys in under 10 minutes. I'm pretty good.
No, I like actually seeing kind of some of the popularity polls in terms of like who liked what shows. Yeah. The Lionel Richie tribute didn't actually score that well from what I saw, but Alabama Shakes was probably the lowest as far as like they like. But so the question is that is the tribute? I think the way that they're putting them on is that the tribute is just as much who they're singing about or whose songs they're singing as much as it is the performer. Mm-hmm. So if you switched it all up, I mean, not that this would be a weirdo combo, but like what if Alabama Shakes did the David Bowie tribute? How would that change it? Yeah. I mean, granted, I think that would be a weird mix-up, but
probably would be.
Right? I don't know how that would come across. Maybe more people would that. Right?
I forgot about the Lionel Richie thing, but Lionel Richie, the beginning, that was a pretty impactful too, but it wasn't memorable enough like some of the other ones were. And because I'm an Eagles fan, to see the Eagles, that's the way they played, but still it was like the song they sang, two members that were in the band when that song was released were on stage. The other member had passed away, and the fourth member that would have been with the Eagles at the time that song was released, they have not done anything with him since the 70s. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I realize he's in poor health and everything. And then having Jackson Browne was great because that's a song that Jackson Browne actually wrote and Glenn Frey finished. But Stuart Smith on stage with the Eagles. He's been a background singer of theirs for years, and I don't think he belonged there. I think if you were going to have someone up there, they should have had Don Felder up there. Agree with me or disagree with me on the separation on Don Felder or not. Don Felder and Randy Meisner should have been on that stage if they could be there. Just saying. Right. So, and Linda Ronstadt, because those are the people who were instrumental in Glenn Frey's business and life. My opinion. There and the fact that Jackson Browne couldn't remember the freaking words to the song was hilarious.
Oh, he couldn't?
No, yeah. There's a point in the song where he just skips over and then reverts back. I mean, it's like, and you go, wait a minute, did he just say that wrong?
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, stage fright. I don't know.
He's been on stages for 40 years. Yeah, he's afraid of the stage. Yeah.
Hey, you know Carly Simon is.
Yeah.
That's why she never performs live.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen Carly Simon live, so I guess so.
Now you know.
Now I know why. So, anyway. So, let's do something fun this week because basically I'm going to come out with a confessional. Is that I actually told people that I was going to connect and find some great guests, and then I screwed off all week because I'm writing my book and forgot to make the phone call to somebody to say, hey, I need to find some good guests. So I called Jonathan and said, hey, Jonathan, will you be on?
Sure, why not?
Sure. I have a list of people I can call who are like, anytime, just anytime you want, just come be part of the, come be part of the, I'll come be part of your show. Well, can I be honest with you guys? I've been so busy working on my book that I've been lazy. I don't have a schedule worked out. It's pretty bad to admit. Mm-hmm. But I'm lazy.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, you probably do. I never thought of it. Yeah. How far in advance do you book for Blab Nation?
At least a week, about 2 weeks. But if I put the invite out and the way I do it is I let them kind of schedule themselves. Mm-hmm. It cuts my email and correspondence down by half, And this way, as part of just the intro, there's a link in there where you schedule the time that you're available instead of going, well, what are the top 3 times and back and forth? Nope. One link, you pick the time, and it goes out. I just means I have to manage my calendar because I can't be leaving spots open when I need them filled, on my stuff. So that's how I do it. And I'm telling you, my stress level has been cut in half by doing it that way.
I need to come up with a system like that because basically I've got 7 people I've got to call who are going to be potential guests in the future. And just like Jonathan ran the show for me, I decided that I'm going to do a couple more of them this year, Wendy, where I'm going to basically just let somebody else run my show.
You never know how it's going to turn out when that happens. So it's kind of fun.
The neat thing is I have Jonathan who created content for me. I was off goofing off.
Right, yeah. I know. Well, you were driving, doing something I know that you do love. I mean, and thankfully, I think we both love doing this anyway, so it kind of worked out for everybody.
Yeah, I see. This is one of my favorite parts of the week is doing the radio show because basically I hardly ever have a script. I know you guys think like Tim's an organized guy and he's got a script. When it comes to my radio show, no, I'm not. This is like my one goof off for the week and saying, see, if I can goof off and make a radio show out of this, okay, what can you do with your business? Of course, my wife sometimes goes, yeah, Tim, well, you need to make more money at this radio show. You know what I mean? It's not profitable enough. So
that's the best PR you got.
Yeah. So anyway, I got my notifications that we've got to go take our first commercial break here in the Tim Gillette Radio Show. We're live today. Our special guest today, surprise guest, was Jonathan Tripp, all right, from Blab Nation. And when we come back from break, after we've gotten done talking about our Grammy stuff, so we come back from break, we're going to talk about how he built Blab Nation. I know he's like ready for this because it's like he's interviewing me. We interview each other the same way. Guess what? This is what we're talking about. So we're going to go take our first commercial break. We'll be back here in 2 minutes with the Tim Gillette Radio Show on Star Worldwide Networks.
Tim will be back with more ways to stand out in the world as a rock and roll leader. Want to be the hit of a trade show? Need your salespeople to be more successful? Is it vital for your company to be remembered by clients and prospects? Promotionally Minded has the answers to these marketing challenges and dozens more. Promotionally Minded provides all the cool imprinted promotional products your competitors have used to thrive. Want your company logo sitting on the desk of your target market clients? Call Promotionally Minded today at 800-705-4265 or head to promotionallyminded.com. Polluting the world one t-shirt, calendar, and coffee mug at a time. Promotionallyminded.com. Stand Up and Speak Up with host Walt Grassel. Sharing stories of people who have taken steps to overcome their fears and now lead stronger, more fulfilling lives. Are you ready to take that first step towards a different life? Join Walt as he shares his tales of triumph over stage fright and public speaking. Walt has performed stand-up comedy at the Hollywood Improv, as well as the Flamingo in Las Vegas, and wants to help you conquer whatever is holding you back. Join him and his guests for Stand Up and Speak Up. Every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Radio Star Worldwide and on demand 24/7. And now, back to the Tim Gillette Radio Show, here on Radio Star Worldwide.
Coffee, that's what I forgot, Jonathan. I don't even have water here today.
Yesterday, I was on so long, just back-to-back appointments, I actually moved my coffee pot to my desk. It was one of those days. And by the end, I was completely wiped out. I mean, just doing this back-to-back. And if it wasn't Blab, it was a call or something. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it's more of that's how much I relied on my coffee. We are one. My coffee maker and I are one.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I've got this royal problem when it comes to coffee. I drink espresso, and I know my wife's listening, but her espresso machine in the kitchen just doesn't do it for me. Can I say it in that way and be nice?
Okay. I found that I've actually burned out whatever our first espresso machine. We burned it straight out. We just made it, and then we actually got a stovetop version. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, that makes some of the richest flavored, and nothing else different. It's just the way it made it, the richest flavored espresso I've had, and I really love it. But I can't drink espresso all the time. I don't know why. It's like too much. I just need something a little more mellow for the days, and then you get your shot in there. So
now, I've not drank coffee on a regular basis. I want to say it's been over 15 years.
What? That's crazy talk. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Espresso.
Wow. I don't drink coffee at all.
No coffee at all?
No.
So, although the other new thing that they have at the Starbucks close to us, Jonathan, is that I go there for coffee or espresso twice a day. But the newest thing they have is wine.
No.
That's for my style.
See, Starbucks figured my wife and me out, okay? They turned our $5 visit into a $25 visit. They figured that one out real quick.
Yeah, the 5X upsell. It works. Everybody's happy.
We'll just add wine to the menu.
Yeah. Go there. We're good.
So, and if you have, well, the first night we went there, my wife is texting me. You don't know how to know what she just said.
Uh-oh.
I know she's listening. So,
hi, wife.
She's sitting at a resort in California, and I'm sitting at home because I had something planned for Friday, and it's still not coming together. And I'm going, crap. I could have been sitting on a freaking beach in California.
Yeah, it's called pre-planning.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know, what are we talking about? We're talking about coffee. So anyway, we go to Starbucks. They have wine there. The first night we go there and we're like, yeah, we'll get, so we each pick a glass of wine and then we get a snack and it's like $25 and neither one of us have $25 on our card. So we've got to reload it because we have the Starbucks app on the phone, which loads the money. And now I can order my coffee on the way in. I mean, there's all kinds of neat things, but the concept of getting there and ordering wine is expensive. Mm. So Starbucks now turned me into a $5 and $10 a day guy into a $35 a day guy.
Yeah, and why drink coffee when you have wine, right?
Really?
Yeah.
There's some truth in that. There is so much truth in that.
I'd rather be a wino, so we're good.
Yeah, we're all good with wine. So anyway, Jonathan, Blab Nation, how did it go this morning, by the way? You're talking about webinars this morning.
Yeah, why webinars work with Michael Bloom. I'm telling you, this was it was several weeks ago, actually, and this is a good example, Tim. We were kind of talking earlier on of like how you schedule your guests. And Michael's been a guest before. Mm-hmm. And he had popped the idea over to me. He's like, hey, John, we're doing this event. And I was wondering, would this serve your audience? Would this be a good topic for your audience? And I said, well, obviously tell me a little more about it. The more I got into it, I'm like, absolutely. So I sent him over the material and I said, just when do you want to do it? Just fill it out. And he picked the date, and today was the date. And we did this show. And I we always do like our pre-warm-up show. We start it and we go for about an hour and then we stop and then we have our after party. And I'm telling you, like, you think like the main part is where it's at. I'm telling you, it's almost equally after the show that is with a guest or not. I've had it where the guest's like, look, I gotta go, but everybody wants to keep asking questions, interact. It really, and today was no exception. We were on for like 2 hours, half recorded, half unrecorded. And we had a really great conversation today. And it wasn't just about his webinar mastery summit. We talked about Google Hangouts. We talked about live streaming. We talked about Blab. We talked about getting over the perfectionistic mindset, that thing that stops you from actually doing what you need to do. I mean, this guy's like a wealth of knowledge, and he doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to ask him to be on again in a couple of months. Like, he's that kind of a guest. So I lucked out. I don't know about you guys, but I lucked out.
Somebody has been on Blab for 98 straight hours, Michael put in there. So,
yeah, they're always doing the Blabathons.
Yeah, I'm not into these. I'm not into these blabathons. So
Can't do them.
So I mean, yeah, but I've seen your shows go sometimes for those 2 hours with all the stuff you're doing on there, Jonathan, and then, you know, and I caught parts of it today because I was in and out. I decided to go take my shower and actually try to present myself as clean, which almost worked.
I think you look clean. We're good.
Right.
Wendy's just in love with my hair. Let's face it.
Yeah, I just love your hair. It's just fabulous. It's better than mine.
And I don't
No,
have
it
as
is
much
not.
as I did.
What was that, Jonathan?
I said, and I don't have as much as I did. So mine's just, I'm already embracing that, not having any more hair. It's going to slowly go away. I blame it all on my kids.
So, Jonathan, I'm going to ask this because, you know, I've not been on that much paying attention on Blab as I have as I used to be. And what's with the green check marks all of a sudden? What is that?
Oh, this is a great opportunity. This is one of the best sales upsells that I've ever heard of, and I'm trying to market myself for 97 cents because other people are going for $2.97. For 97 cents, I will help you get a verified Blab account. Okay, so that's the pitch, right? Really, all it is. I just show you what the emoji is to put it into your Blab name with a check. And I think somebody was kind of doing it as a joke, kind of like, oh, you need a Blab, you need a verified Blab account. Here's how to do it. And our course is $2, they said $2.97, meaning $2.97. All it is, they go in and they edit their name with a check mark at the end of it. It's just an emoji check mark. That's it. And it was really just kind of meant to kind of poke fun at the fact that like everybody feels that they need to be verified and be super official, like the official Blab Nation channel, the official Tim Gillette, right? It's just I don't know, but it's a hilarious. So what I actually pitched today, I said, would somebody help me figure out what the actual cost for PayPal is? And then make that my price so they can pay me through PayPal, but then PayPal takes all of that money just through the fees. And I actually make maybe a penny per, but it's really the whole point is all it is just a check mark. That's it. All done. Can you believe it? That's what people are doing. I think there's more value in it.
I'm speechless.
Exactly. That's the whole point. You're just kind of sitting there just going, really?
Wow.
That was a minute of my life you just took away. I never get that back.
I'm going to trade. I want to go find one that's like Rockstar or something like that.
I know someone who did a cat.
I'm going to charge. Hey, I can get you to be a Rockstar verified.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can be cat certified. I had a friend do that. Although I had to clarify if it was an iOS or was it an Android cat. So it's how ridiculous are you going to be?
Oh,
she's still thinking about it. I know she is. All it is just an emoji. Don't be fooled.
So you can pretty much guarantee that Tim's not going to be Blab official, Blab verified.
It is until it actually becomes a necessary or there's some kind of a benefit. I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I can't. I've tried yesterday to get my Facebook page verified because I want to be able to do my live videos from my Facebook page rather than my Facebook profile. And I couldn't even get that figured out, so I screwed that up.
No, the easiest, and I don't know if it still works, the easiest way to do it is to make your page a local business, have an address verified that way. And I've known a bunch of people, and again, this hasn't been super recent, but Google is really, not Google, Facebook is pushing local business, with geotagging and things like that. So change your fan page over to a local business, verify the address. And I've seen a bunch of people get that live feature app.
Yeah,
be able to do that just on their fan page. And that's not the live profile one where you can go just on your profile and do like a live stream, like a Periscope style.
Yeah,
we're talking through your fan page, which is totally different.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it's that important to me.
If it's not, then don't do it. Don't spend your time.
I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to keep doing the way I'm doing it.
Or you just pay somebody to do it. Really. That's just the beauty of outsourcing. Or
find somebody who's got a $2.99 deal.
That's just 99 cents right here. No, I'm sorry, 97 cents. Boy,
97 cents.
I already marked it up. No, but today only for 97 cents.
How old is that picture, Wendy?
I was 16.
16?
16.
My gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, our secret texts back and forth are pictures.
All right.
We should make this a mystery out of every show, Wendy, because her and I do this during every show. We text back and forth, and most people don't know that we're texting.
Well, I remember when I was the guest host for your show, I got no co-host.
Okay.
Because apparently somebody was using the camera or something like that. I think Ed was like, yeah, I can't come on. I've got no choice.
They didn't have the camera. They didn't come up with the camera. They just recently got the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think he said that you had it. You had the camera. It's like, yes, I can't do it. So I thought that was actually pretty funny.
I think it's because I had to do another show, and I had to use the camera. Sorry.
It's all right. We did all right that day, I think.
Wendy, were you on the show or was it Ed?
It was Ed.
Oh, okay.
He's more exciting than I am.
Ed is more exciting than you are?
He's funny.
I got no text. Let's put it this way, Tim. I got no secret text from Ed. So
really? I don't get secret. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, but I'll tell you what I did do to Ed. We were at.
Oh no.
It was just our most recent boot camp at Craig's. It was Craig's personal growth weekend, and he was on stage, and because they were doing the radio show from the stage, him and Dave. So I'm in the back, and I text, hey Ed, you got a bat in the cave. About 6 minutes in, you watch Ed do one of these numbers, and he goes, "Did I get it?" I'm like, "No, but I just want to bet that I could get you to wipe your nose on stage."
At least once or twice. She doesn't want to say anything because she's got to work right there with him.
Ask him about that because I did. Somebody in the back I says, "You want?" I said, "You watch. I can get Ed to wipe his nose on stage," and I did it.
Wow.
Yep.
And Craig will admit, when it comes to his mastermind, I'm the one who causes the most trouble because it was the event before that the one guy in our mastermind was trying to hide this goofy picture that the girls put on the calendar about him.
Uh-huh.
So someone comes up to me in the show and goes, "Hey, what should we do with this picture of Joe?" I said, "Give it to me." I went to the freaking sound booth and I had it put up on the big screen.
Oh my gosh, you are in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And I went to Craig afterwards. I was like, I hope you don't mind. He goes, "No, that was hilarious." Next day, I'm on stage, and what do? They made up a picture of me in a cowboy hat and a horse and big old buckle, and they put it on the screens while I was up there.
I like that. I like that a lot.
This is the fun I had.
See, you need to share that picture with us, though. It's not fair that, this is a radio show. You're not showing us pictures.
Right. Yeah, it's a radio show with pictures. That's the way you need to promote it. This is a radio show with pictures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
This is what we do, guys. I like to have the show because there is never a plot. There is never a script. We never know what we're going to talk about, and sometimes we actually get to the point where we forget to take commercial breaks. Wendy's like, "Oh crap!"
No, I was texting like, "Oh man!"
Wait, she just typed in the chat boards. "Oh crap! We skipped the commercial breaks."
Oops.
Well, let's go take our second commercial break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more today with our having fun with our guest here, Jonathan Tripp, and the Grammys conversations happened. So let's see. Somebody's actually put in the chat. Alabama Shakes got Grammy. Love it. Yeah, it was cool that they got it, but I didn't know who they were before last night. So anyway, let's go take our commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on the Tim Gillette Radio Show.
Tim will be back with more ways to stand out in the world as a rock and roll leader. How many times have you heard this?
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Hey, you are what you eat.
I've tried every diet.
Diets don't work.
It's time to stop this kind of madness and start thinking and feeling empowered to change your health. Tune into The Raw Truth with Chef Sharon Fraser. Join us weekly for thought-provoking conversation. World-renowned experts in the food, medical, holistic, sports medicine, chiropractic, and naturopathic health sciences. The Raw Truth airs every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern on RadiostarWorldwide.com. Do you like the rock and roll way of doing things? How would you like to learn how to apply them to your business? Then tune in to the Tim Gillette Radio Show every Tuesday on Radio Star Worldwide. Tim Gillette is the creator of Rock and Roll Keys to Business Success, using music, motorcycles, and mentorship to teach entrepreneurs to become leaders in their industry. Join Tim and his guest every Tuesday at high noon Eastern on Radio Star Worldwide. And now, back to the Tim Gillette Radio Show, here on Radio Star Worldwide.
Hey, guys, we're back. Did you get that? Did you just get that? Anyway, welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the Tim Gillette Radio Show, where we goof off a lot. But we do talk some business every now and then, so you know. Yeah, every now and then. So, Jonathan, I met you before. Actually, I met you on Blab before you called it Blab Nation. And when I met you originally, what were you doing before that? Because we were doing something else when I first met you, and I forget what it was, and you turned it into Blab Nation. Well,
I started this whole thing out as a Blab Nation. Just really, it actually came out of just doing Periscope, you know, just doing live stream event on Periscope, and every day I'd hop on for, you know, about an hour and a half twice a day, and I'd talk, and I, you know, grew an audience there and was talking and sharing, and then somebody invited me over to Blab. They said, John, you really need to be on Blab, and I'm like, I need another thing to do. So I resisted for a while, and I got thinking, I was like, man, if I had done that, I probably would have been like 200 plus days on Blab now, and I think I'm at, what am I at now here? I got to be like in the mid 100s now. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 160, right? 61, something like that. So when I first hopped on, I did a lot more. It was a lot more like webinar style, because that's what I was used to. I didn't really understand the level of interaction that was on the platform, that is on the platform, on Blab platform right now. But out of that, we developed some really great relationships, working relationships, friend relationships, things like that. But it really, that was the foundation. That was the pre Blab Nation days. And I think now we're over 80. We're probably into 90 shows now or something like that, you know, because we do it every day, Monday through Friday, except for this Thursday. I'm taking a day off. I got to do some traveling. So, but
Right.
Road trip.
That's right.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're going up north. We're going up to New Hampshire. I don't know why. No, I know exactly. We have tons of family.
Anyone go to New Hampshire in the winter?
Oh, are you kidding me? See, I lived last 10 years up there, and I love that. I love it. I do love the look of the snow on the trees, but we do have a lot of family, a lot of friends up there. As a matter of fact, we have some birthdays to celebrate next week and stuff like that. So we said, why not? Let's go. I'm actually going to be able to be doing Blab from the road, not from the road, but I'm going to do it outside of this. So I'm just kind of bringing my stuff, and we're going to do, 2-3 shows. And actually we're going to do about 5 shows all throughout the week, next week and a half on the road. So I'm cool with it. We'll see how that goes though.
So, hey, I mean, if you can have fun with it and be on the road, do it. I mean, I think I've only done my radio show, once or twice, or no, I've done it like 2 or 3 times, right, Wendy?
Yeah, from the road. Yeah. I can always tell because your background's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on a laptop usually, so it's a little, yeah.
It is a different thing, but I got to say, I mean, this is one of the nice things about being in the online or live streaming is that I don't have to necessarily sit in my studio in order to be able to do it. I have that flexibility to be mobile. It's just what you need, what you really need more than anything else is a stable internet connection. That's the thing. And if you don't have it, it really makes the rest of it very difficult, immensely difficult. So, we'll see how that works, right?
Yeah, that was one of the things I love doing my show from here, as opposed to being on the road. Is on the road, I'm counting on Wi-Fi. Here, I'm hardwired into my internet.
Right.
This computer that I'm on is hardwired in, and the only thing I don't have is I'm trying to go to more professional mic and stuff like that, because I don't have I'm still working off Snowball, which still going. 5 years later, I still haven't.
Awesome.
Some of the best investments that you do. I mean, you start it. I mean, I'm not joking. I probably did the first 30, 40 or so, probably even more than that, shows with my $24.99 Best Buy on sale, webcam, mic and camera all together. I just did it. And I was, and not in a like weirdo proud way, but I was just like, guys, I'm doing this and I'm showing you that you too can do this. Don't let the technology, I'm about ready to hit my desk. I get passionate about this. Like, don't let the technology stuff get in your way from actually producing something that is of value. Do it. Start it. Even if you're my first, I told you, I had probably 80, 90 shows that are recorded. That means by just logical question, well, how many did you not record? I'm not going to say, but it's more than 20. It's probably more than 30. There's a whole bunch of shows that we never recorded because they were that awful. But I had to get through those in order to start getting the confidence to be able to go, let's hit the record button today. Yeah. And those shows were awful. Wow. Now we're getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, I think we've got something here. This is really cool. I really like doing this.
Yeah. Well, I do more writing than I've done radio shows, podcasts, things like that, which, now it's the podcast, the blabs, the things like that I'm doing more of. But writing and blogging was my thing, and then books. And guys, I made 17 attempts at a book before I did it. Got one done. And I was actually, because I'm writing, the book I'm writing now is on my blogging journey. And it's using the concept I talk about all the time, rock around your blog, and talking about using the blog. And I was writing about my journey last night, and I was going back through the notes last night as I was looking at stuff that I did 6 years ago and going, wow, I can't believe I was there. I can't believe that, and now I get to hear people all the time, well, what do I write about? What do I mean? And every one of them are in that same place that I was, where I had to go, I'm like, just get over it and do it. And I realized I dwelled in that world for almost 5 years. So, I mean, I should sit there and look at the fact that, wow, I've been through it, and I need to help you get through it, because it took me 5 years to get through that. Whereas you just said probably more than 20 shows. Yeah, I have maybe a dozen shows that I've pulled after we did that I pulled, and I won't let the recordings be heard again.
Right.
So,
and I'd say this: you're now at the place, whether it's 5 years or 20 shows, and not that those are in any way equal. But my point is that, Tim, you are now standing in a position of both experience. From having gone through it, but there's a certain level of expertise. And I know you're not one to claim expertise, but I'm telling you from an observer's point of view, you have an expertise because you're able to go, well, I'm going to write a blog. And you're able just to go, I'm going to write a blog, and you do it. It's not, I'm going to write a blog, and you hem and you haw, and you have little sticky notes, and you put them up on your bathroom window. It says, write a blog today. We're not talking about that. You're to the point where I'm going to write a blog. And you go out and you do it. And a lot of people really struggle with this aspect. Well, what do I write about? How do I have, what about, and they put up all these objections because that's where they're at. And if you can ever provide the value in shortcutting that sequence to get from the, I can't do it to the, I am doing it, you're providing value. And then I guess probably you could make a living off of that too. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I've heard.
Like Nazim just said there, though, he says, writing is hard, video is easier. For everybody, it's different. For some, that's why podcasts, you know what I mean, the video shows now are all out. Because not everybody can write. And literally, if you go look at my blog posts now, they're so basic and simple. And then I'm putting a blab in there, or I'm putting a YouTube video in there talking about.
That's what I do.
Found easier ways, but it doesn't mean that I don't do writing. And really, I'm like, my fingers hurt from typing out a book right now. I'm telling you, I would love most people. Why don't you talk into your phone and do it? there's something I have to do it that way, and it's not. It's a discipline for me, and that's why I have to go do it. It's not that I have to do it that way. It's a discipline that I must go do it that way for personal growth. And it's part of, if anybody's ever heard me speak, I talk about these 4 guarantees. You're going to have to do something you don't like to do. And I talk about that quite a bit. So anyway, one of those things I don't like to do is I don't like to sit at my computer and do this anymore. Mm-hmm. Right. But I still have to do it. It's a discipline I have to do. Hey, I noticed Aaron Smith there just came in the room too. So, how close are we, Wendy? Let's go take our break a little bit early so we can come back and have some strong point on the other side. So, what we do, ladies, we got one last commercial break left. All right, 2 minutes. All right, check out these ads. The people who help pay us the bills here at Tim Gillette Radio Show. We'll be back here in 2 minutes with Jonathan Tripp on the Tim Gillette Radio Show and Star Worldwide Networks.
Tim will be back with more ways to stand out in the world as a rock and roll leader. Stand Up and Speak Up with host Walt Grassel, sharing stories of people who have taken steps to overcome their fears and now lead stronger, more fulfilling lives. Are you ready to take that first step towards a different life? Join Walt as he shares his tales of triumph over stage fright and public speaking. Walt has performed stand-up comedy at the Hollywood Improv, as well as the Flamingo in Las Vegas, and wants to help you conquer whatever is holding you back. Join him and his guests for Stand Up and Speak Up every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Radio Star Worldwide and on demand 24/7. Do you like the rock and roll way of doing things? How would you like to learn how to apply them to your business? Then tune in to the Tim Gillette Radio Show every Tuesday on Radio Star Worldwide. Tim Gillette is the creator of Rock and Roll Keys to Business Success, using music, motorcycles, and mentorship to teach entrepreneurs to become leaders in their industry. Join Tim and his guest every Tuesday at high noon Eastern on Radio Star Worldwide. And now, back to the Tim Gillette Radio Show, here on Radio Star Worldwide.
And we're back for the last segment of our show today. For those who didn't come in early, talk about the Grammys. Yeah, the Grammys were last night, and we already talked about the fact that even though I'm an Eagles fan, the Eagles sucked last night.
He's honest. What can we say? He's very honest.
I love that you're so open and honest, Tim. It's wonderful.
How does that for not scripted?
Your show. Let's do it.
I guess it's safe to say that at this rate, I'm not getting Joe Walsh on my show.
I don't worry about it too much.
I bet you I could get Don Felder on the show.
Yeah.
That would be a show. That would be a show.
Yeah, I love Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh has always been my favorite Eagle, just to let you guys know. There was a point in time I liked Don Henley, and but here in Dallas, Don Henley, I won't say it live. Don Henley has created a stir, shall we say, too many times. Very passionate about what he loves. Huh?
I see in Arizona, we didn't hear about that. He created a stir.
He creates stirs about everything.
Oh, okay.
That's just the way Don Henley is. He's very passionate about the things he believes in. So
yeah, I had no clue. Awesome.
So this is just—it's just like he's pushed the zoning boards. He's pushed all kinds of stuff here in Dallas before. That's all.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was curious as to what he was doing. Thanks.
Yeah, this was years ago. So yeah, and there's people who don't like him in town. And there's people who love him in town. So but he's who he is. Yeah. He's done great things and he's pissed people off. But if you're going to do great things, you're going to piss people off along the way. Mm-hmm. It's just part of life. So, Jonathan.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. No, this is great. I mean, this is what being live is. I mean,
yeah, this is true hangout on air, and literally, I mean, you get a couple of different things. So, Aaron, are you available to jump in window or no? No. Oh, I see. Is that Chef Dennis came in? Oh man, he's another cool guy. I got to get him on here. So, All right. Let me just set this so she can jump in. too. But Erin's always a great person for entrepreneurs and great at business building. So we always love having her. I know Jonathan. Johnny, you've had her on your show, haven't you?
Actually, I have not.
We need to. Here's a marriage we need to make.
Here it is. All right. Well, I'm a part of her group.
Yeah. Jonathan, Erin, Jonathan. You guys need to be on each other's shows.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Erin. It's so good to see you again
You
live.
too.
I just got called out. If you missed that going live, I just got called out by Tim Gillette live on the radio for not having you on my show.
I just
in all.
It's okay.
So, Erin, am I right? You should be on his show.
No, I'd love to be. Sure.
I happen to know the guy that does the scheduling. All you have to do is just say, "Yeah, I can do that," and I'm sure I'll have my PR department call you.
Yeah, have your people call my people, and
right.
we'll make this happen.
Yeah. Well, the PR people lead, and then the legal department follows up, right? So it's a rigmarole, but I try to cut down on the red tape. So
understandable.
Guys, Erin Smith, the Starters Club here in Dallas. I love Erin. She's a friend. There's times like this that she doesn't want to admit she's a friend.
No, it's totally cool. I always admit it, Tim. To your face, anyway. No, just teasing.
But no, Erin's been on my show a couple of times. She's been both when we were on the radio, and not also on Blab. But then Jonathan hosted, so I was like, I'm bringing people in. Erin, did you watch the Grammys last night?
I did not. So one of the things, I don't want to say it was a New Year's thing, but we got rid of cable, and I am so happy. I'm in heaven because I don't just sit and watch mindless TV now. So I missed it. Not that the Grammys are mindless, but I did not see any of it.
they are. Yeah, they are.
Jonathan.
We now have this recording device where we don't watch hardly anything live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what did you watch it on?
We actually have Dish Network, but we have it where we record it, and then I watched it afterwards, and I think I watched it in a total of like 45 minutes.
Nice.
Because there's like certain acts came up, I'd watch it, I'm like, not interested in this one, so I fast forward through it. So
that's the way to do it.
It is. So if I could have watched the Super Bowl that way, it would have went by faster. But anyway.
Again, another piece of television I didn't even watch.
Really? No,
I cleaned my kitchen and I cooked all during Super Bowl.
What'd you cook?
Oh, it was me. I gave the West. So I don't want to say it too loud, but I made myself this really nice little pasta dinner because my wife was out with the girls. She went out. She was like, just go out. It's like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. So I cleaned the kitchen and then I cooked and then I cleaned the kitchen, just in all fairness, because I didn't leave her a dirty kitchen. She came home and it was a nice clean kitchen. She's like, we should have Super Bowl more often.
Nice.
I like that.
So, but yeah, so we were just having random conversation here today, Erin, and I seen you pop in, but I was thinking, one of the commercials that was played earlier, we want to get removed. I'm like, I should call Erin, see if she wants to take a spot.
For the Entrepreneur Summit?
Yeah, for the Entrepreneur Summit, which is something I think we should be promoting on our show anyway. So.
And I removed the commercial already.
You did?
I want to know what the commercial
is. You guys are all
was.
going to wonder what commercial it was.
You're going to have to tune in next week to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you remove? You don't have to go into it. I'm just curious. This is interesting.
I'll tell you in private. It's just
boring.
When I catch things in commercials, if they don't fit my structure in business, I don't keep them on board. I'm doing it for money that much.
Super smart.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
And it'd be like, Erin, if you'd love to have sponsors for your event right now, but the wrong sponsor could send your event the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is. And I'm like, I don't want to take this thing the wrong way. So anyway, we've got 3 minutes left to our close of our show for the recorded portion here today. What I want to do in the recorded portion to make sure we get information out about our guest today, we did talk a little bit about the Grammys. We talked a little bit about Blab Nation. And I'm going to have Jonathan share a little bit about how you can connect with him, his show, where it is and when it is, and make sure we got that out here, both in the audio version and we'll type it into the chat.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate it. Blab Nation is super simple. Here's the concept. We talk about things that people want to talk about, as it means for business, social media marketing. We're on Monday through Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern time, so you can figure that out, whatever your time zone is. But it is 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. We typically have guests on, different experts, and in the future, we're going to have Aaron Smith on just for all fair disclosure for the Tim Gillette Radio Show.
Sweet.
It's one of those things, and guys, it really just came out of an intense desire to talk about things that I think that matter in a business setting. But it's not. I hope it's not too businessy. I hope it's something fun that people actually want to listen to. So we do that. And we actually have a Facebook group, and if you want to do that, it's facebook.com/groups. Just get you there, and then it's /Blab Nation. That is the name of our show, Blab Nation. I'll actually drop that in the chat window too. Okay,
So, and you're on there every morning. So, guys, he has given me some of the most informative ideas that you come from ideas online for both business. Today, they were talking about webinars. They've talked about radio shows. They've talked about blogging. You know what I mean? They've gone. The Snapchat comes up a lot, apparently.
It does. Yeah. This Friday, we have Joel Comm on and Chris Cuberness.
About
cool. Snapchat. So.
And our drop-in guest for today is Aaron Smith. Aaron, tell everybody real quick because we have like a minute left, the website for the summit you've got coming up.
Yeah, so I'm doing the Entrepreneur Summit. It's here in Dallas, Texas, and it's focused solely on business growth. So scaling, hiring, getting more exposure, and you can I'll drop it in the link, but Entrepreneur Summit Dallas, all one word, .com, EntrepreneurSummitDallas.com.
And Joel Comm's going to be at that one too, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, Joel's like the guest of the day or something. He will be. Joel Comm and Hanley.
Joel Comm has just not been on the Tim Gillette Show yet. Just saying. Wow. Get him here.
I know somebody who knows him. I can connect you guys.
I've got his phone number, actually, if I wanted it. Him and the other person I talked to lately was Chris Brogan. Hey, I should get you on. Chris is like, yeah, why hasn't this happened yet? And I'm like, I didn't think you wanted to be on my show.
That's awesome.
Chris is like, no, I love it. I think you're my kind of peeps. So anyway. And our lovely producer, Wendy.
Yes.
She's not going to say anything.
I'm not. I'm just going to sit here and make sure everybody sounds amazing so I can do less editing.
Yeah.
No.
Thanks every week to Wendy for putting this together for me. She does make sure my sound works and everything so I can sit here freely and move my hands and I'm not plugged in like most everyone else is. She makes my sound do that. Thank you so much, Wendy. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Guys, this is it for the Tim Gillette Radio Show for another week. I hope you go out and enjoy your week. If this is your first time to visit, my email address, info@timgilletteradio.com. That's info@timgilletteradio.com. Send me an email. Tell me what you liked or didn't like about the show. And tell me who you think would be a great future guest. We're looking for guests now in the March and April timeframe. We will talk to you guys next week on the Tim Gillette Radio Show. I'll see you then.
I've been bad. I've been good. Dallas, Texas. Hollywood.
Thank you for joining the Tim Gillette Radio Show. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday at noon Eastern to catch more of Tim and his rock and roll keys to business success. Right here on Radio Star Worldwide. Produced by Star Worldwide Networks.